If you enjoy popping bubble wrap, you'll probably enjoy one of these. Hi friends, it's your girl Julie here from Once Upon a Cheerio, and welcome back to my channel. If you're brand new here, my name is Julie and I am a crochet artist. In fact, I actually share all my crochet patterns for free on my website, so if you are on the hunt for free crochet patterns, I will leave a link down below so that you can go and check them out. It's been a few weeks since the last time that I sat here and recorded a video for YouTube, so I'm feeling a little rusty. We just came back from a family vacation to Walt Disney World and we had a blast. In fact, if you had watched my last YouTube video, you would have known that because literally the day before we left, I was making my Minnie Mouse bucket hat. Nothing like waiting until the last minute, right? But you know what? It was so worth it because the Minnie Mouse bucket hat turned out so cute. I got so many compliments for it and it was practical. It was super hot in Florida. When I planned my trip around spring break, I was expecting temperatures of about like 25, 26 degrees or so, but we ended up with temperatures of like 30 to 33 degrees, which is like super hot. Anyway, I'm just glad that my family didn't melt. Like I said, I made it the day before we left. If I can do it, you can do it too. So if you are looking for a Minnie Mouse bucket hat, I advise you to check out my last video. But anyway, back to what it is that I wanted to film for this video. I've actually been crafting a lot lately. And I think it's just because I have all these ideas in my head that I need to get out. And if I don't do it fast, I end up losing motivation. So to show you what it is that inspired my latest project is this. No, I'm not talking about the Among Us. That's what my little one calls it. I know it's called Among Us. I'm talking about the Poppet. These little fidget toys were extremely popular a couple years ago and it became a little hard to find. But nowadays you can find them in like the dollar store. They're actually super fun. I know that a lot of autistic and neurodiverse kids love playing with these, but honestly, like I don't think that you necessarily need to be neurodiverse in order to enjoy a toy like this. Anyone can enjoy a toy like this. In fact, if you enjoy popping bubble wrap, you'll probably enjoy one of these. So with that in mind, I actually made my own Poppet. This is my flower fidget. So what you do is that it mimics a Poppet toy and you can pop it. The only thing that's missing is the sound. So yes, it is a silent popper, but you know what? It's still extremely cute and fun to play with. But you know what? I only made one and I have 2 kids. So now they're fighting over it. So guess what? I gotta make another one. Okay, so for this project, I decided to use the Shipya's Chunky Monkey Anti-Pilling yarn. The reason why I'm using this yarn is because first of all, I had some left over after some of my other projects. And second of all, I really like working with it. I have used this yarn already for a couple of my other projects, one being my giant crochet friendship bracelet garland, another one being my Taylor Swift 22 hat, and more recently, I actually used it to remake my candy heart pillows. I chose this yarn because it's supposed to be a premium acrylic yarn that doesn't pill, and I thought that this might be important when making a fidget toy that you're expecting to get handled quite a bit. So I am sticking with this one. So we just made our first petal here. I know it doesn't look like much because it looks like this little round ball, but what we're gonna do is that we're gonna flatten it. So we're gonna flatten it like this, and look at that. You already have your first flower petal. And guess what? It pops because it does this. Isn't that cool? You just made yourself a silent poppet. We got one flower petal down, now we just gotta make 4 more. So now I have all 5 of my petals and they look so cute. Like the colors are gorgeous. I decided to use different colors because I do have all these different colors of yarn. You know, you can make yours in all the same color if you really wanted to, but I decided to do different colors for my petals so that it ends up like this. And now all I have to do is make the center of the flower, which I'm gonna make it in yellow. So let me go grab that. Okay, so we just finished making 5 rounds for the center of the flower, but I'm gonna now show you how I'm going to attach these flower petals. Let me grab one. These flower petals onto the center of the flower. So what we're gonna do is that first let me show you these flower petals. On the round that we ended the flower petals, you should have 12 stitches. But once we fold it in half, you would have 6 stitches on each side. So what we're going to do is that for those 6 stitches on the flower petals, it's going to line up with 6 stitches on the center of the flower. So for the first one here, we're going to stick our hooks into the flower petal, the first stitch of the 2. So we're going to stick it through 2 stitches on the flower petal. Then we're going to stick our hook through the next stitch in the center of the flower, and then we're going to yarn under and then pull our loop through and make our first single crochet like this. And then we're going to keep doing it for all 6 of these stitches. So then the next one goes like that. You're going through 2 stitches on the flower petal because it's folded in half now, and then the center of and then through one of the stitches in the center flower, and then so you have 3 stitches. You went through 3 stitches on your hook. You're gonna pull a loop through, make your single crochet, and we're gonna do the same thing for the next stitch. And then the 6th stitch will look like it's like right on the edge there. And then you're gonna stick that into the next. So it's gonna look like this for the last stitch. And then there you go. You just attached one of your flower petals onto the center of the flower without needing to sew. And now we just gotta do this 4 more times. It's starting to get dark, but I just finished like the 5 petals attaching it all. So this is what it looks like now. This is what it looks like in the back. It's kind of a mess, but we are going to tuck all this inside. And then I'm going to put some stuffing in there as I'm closing it up. finished making my second flower fidget, and it didn't take me long at all. It took me maybe about a day, maybe half a day or so. And it might not even take you as long if you're not like, you know, frogging your stitches all the time like I am. But I now have two, and my kids don't have to fight over it. They're extremely cute. I made them the exact same, even like the color pattern and stuff, so they can't really tell which one's which. Like, you know, you can see that it pops just like the Pop-It. It has that same tactile sensation to it. The only thing that's missing is the sound. So, you know, at least you know that when they're playing with it, they won't distract anyone else. So a little bit more of a close-up for you to see. You can see this is the front of the flower. I purposely made it more rounder, as you can tell. And then this is the back. The back is not as rounded. It is a bit more flat. But, you know, you can make it a little bit rounder if you like, just so that it matches the front by adding another round before you start decreasing. It's super cute, and I hope you like it. If you like my content, please hit the subscribe button. I hope that I'll see you again in the next episode, and thanks for joining me. See you next time.